Alright you guys, so today we're going and we are installing the carpet finally. I don't know if you can see behind me right there, we got it all rolled up. I'm going to be working with my dad today. We're going over to my uncle's house to use his garage space, but man, I am so excited you guys. So yeah, let's get going. The other way. Turn it towards me. There you go. Did some modification to your Civic.
Put gas in it? Oil?
You cracked it, Dad.
Really?
Yeah.
For real?
No, you're good. No, you're all good.
Okay.
All right, you guys, so it's a couple days later. We did finish the carpet install. It was a little bit more frustrating than what we anticipated and wanted. It turns out the guy who owned the carpet before us, because we got the carpet used off of Craigslist, he kind of botched it. Looks like he may have cut opposite of what it was supposed to be. So we had to do a lot of fixing, and it doesn't look great, but the Kilmat install was phenomenal. I'm really happy with the Kilmat install. It looked great. If it were like black or something, I could have even just left it there. But you know, this happens sometimes, and what you got to do is just stay positive. In the future, I'll end up getting a new carpet kit, but this works perfect for me. It's an off-road vehicle, so you know, it kind of is what it is. I'm happy about it. It was a great learning experience. I could definitely install another carpet in another vehicle in no time. It was so easy. But yeah, I'm sorry about the fact that there's not a video of the actual carpeting install. I started it, but then I got frustrated, so I turned it off just because it took hours for it to actually get fitted correctly. And you'll see in the video and the photos, there's actually still some gapping where you can see through to the Kilmat. Overall though, it was really fun to work with my dad and do that. Shout out to him, you know, Dad, thank you so much for helping. I really do appreciate it. He drove 3 hours each way, basically in 24 hours. So that was a lot of driving for him, and then he worked at 5 a.m. the next day. So he got home late and worked early. But again, Dad, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for your help. All right, so I had to sit you down. My arm was getting tired. But for those of you who are trying to do a carpet install, it does take a few hours. It shouldn't take more than like 5 or 6 hours, depending on the prep work you do and if you actually have the right carpet. So I would say it took about an hour to clean. We basically degreased the entire truck. I took some spots that were rusted. I wire brushed them down to bare metal, and then I used Rust-X, or like Rust-Oleum's version of it. Basically just turns rust to black. You don't have to do that on a new vehicle if you have a new vehicle, hopefully. But older trucks like this, even though we did a restoration on it, we did leave some interior stuff just because it was not worth our time. So I had to do that. Doesn't mean that you have to. I also vacuumed the entire car and then degreased it again. So we did basically 2 layers of degreasing because the truck was just really dirty. And then we swept it out with just a normal broom. That was fine. So we swept it out, and then I had my dad with me, so it was a lot quicker, a lot easier. My dad removed the backing from the adhesive on the Kilmat, and then he basically laid it out, and then I followed behind him, rolling it out with the little hand roller. It's a ton of work, yes, but it's so easy, it's so simple. I have a bunch of ridges in the actual bed of the truck. You'll see that in the video, but even with those, it was so simple to do. So really anybody can do this. It has nothing to do with skill, knowledge. You know, have you done it before? It's just, anyone can do it. It's so simple. So I would say if you're looking at installing a carpet kit, definitely do some type of sound deadener. There was an extra foam, like a 1/4-inch foam attached to the carpet that was already there. That was just for heat shield and sound deadening as well. So I kind of have 2 layers of that right now. I wouldn't say I need the extra for the carpeting. I do like to hear a little bit, but if you're looking for complete silence, it's perfect. But like I said, it really didn't take too long. The Kilmat was probably about an hour's worth of time, maybe less. I did video it and it was like 25 minutes, but there was a bunch of prep work that I did. The prep work was about an hour and a half or 2 hours. And then installing the carpet kit, if it were perfect, it would have probably taken 2 hours or so, but since we needed to basically cut every single hole, which you'll probably have to do in most carpet kits. And then we actually had to cut a lot of the carpet itself just to make it fit properly. So it took 3 or 4 hours. You could probably cut that time in half if you actually got the right carpet kit. Overall, I'm extremely stoked about how it turned out. It's not perfect in any way, but it makes me happy to look in there and to not see the multicolored steel, but to see all cohesively black carpet in there. I've been waiting basically 5 years to have a completed truck, and I finally feel like I'm just about there. So I'm really excited. I will have a video out after this of just the final install of the rear seat, the tire bracket, which I did figure out how to do. If you guys watched my last video, I couldn't figure that out. My dad came and totally schooled me. He was like, oh, it just goes like this. And I was like, I guess that makes sense. But again, just such an easy install, and I really do appreciate the help from my dad and my Uncle Sean. You guys are both rock stars, so thank you so much for your help. So some of you guys might be wondering what I use for the actual sound deadener, and it's Kilmat's, which you can get on Amazon. It's like $50 for 25 square feet, or maybe $70 for like 50 square feet. I got 50 square feet, and it was perfect for just the floors. There were 2 spots where I didn't put them underneath the seat just because I didn't need to, but I literally ran out. Like everything I have down there we used every single piece that I had, including a little bit of the clippings. So just know that I thought 50 square feet was going to be fine for the floor, and then even some of the rear panels or even the doors, but I didn't have enough. So think about that. I'm gonna have to get some more a little later on, but it's super cheap. It's like I said, it was 50 square feet for maybe $70. And that was 50 mil. You could go 80 mil, and that was a little more expensive, probably like 20 bucks more expensive. And I was just thinking, I don't need that. So I did go with 50 mil, and I did pay for a roller, which was like $5 or $6. So not really anything at all. The only tools you guys will need for the install is a sharp blade, like a carpet blade. Anything like that works fine. We used pocket knives for half of it, and my uncle was like, oh, I have these blades for you. So we used those. We used a vacuum, but you could easily not use a vacuum, just sweep it out really good. We used a sweeper. We used some degreaser and some towels, which most people have already. If you don't, it's like $8 for the degreaser. I just used a good brand of degreaser, and it got 95% of what I needed to get up. A wire brush, which I actually wouldn't have even used. Had I known, I wouldn't really like it. For the rust decks, you really don't even need to use it. You just kind of spray it onto the rust areas. I just thought it would add some extra protection to do it that way. So I did. And then some ratchets and sockets to undo all the bolts. That was really all that you need. So basically it's just really easy to come by tools. If you don't have something, most likely a friend has it. But yeah, it's really not a complicated process. I would definitely recommend having a friend with you though. It was so much easier to move stuff out of the car, and it went by twice as fast having my dad there. So once again, Dad, I so appreciate you doing that for me. You spent a lot of time coming up here, a lot of money, but I just want you to know that it did not go unnoticed. And thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have no idea what it means to me that even if I get 10 views, like I'm still stoked about that. So I'm just really glad some of you guys like to watch this. If you guys enjoyed this video at all, please like, comment, and subscribe, and then I can continue creating more content for you guys. All right, guys, have a great one.